Hello, this is Chief Beigold here to present two new policies that will be going into effect as of January 1st, 2025. As many of you are aware, social media and the Family Medical Leave Act policies have been a topic of recent discussions, and the Department has issued a new policy on each topic. The intent of this video is to present both policies and address some concerns that may arise. First, I will address the new social media policy, followed by the FMLA policy. The purpose of the social media policy is to establish a guide for the appropriate use of social media while on duty and in the performance of your duties as a member of the fire department. Adhering to this social media policy will ensure that individuals maintain a professional image for the fire department and prevent the distribution of private and sensitive information. The procedure reads as follows. All images obtained while on duty are considered property of the fire department and may be used as evidence in the court of law. Photography shall not be taken of emergency incidents unless obtained on a department camera for investigative purposes only. Photography in private residences and businesses is prohibited. If a photograph will prove useful for training purposes, you must obtain permission prior to taking said photograph. There should be no expectation of privacy when it comes to social media posts. All posts should be considered public records while made on duty. All postings to department-held social media accounts shall be posted by or approved by the department's public information officer. Social media posts made while on or off duty that address department issues or matters of public concern will be handled as if the individual posting is acting in their official capacity. Potential legal issues can arise from failing to separate personal and professional social media posts. Avoid making social media posts that may have identifying information with regard to patient confidentiality. Maintaining public records and accounts on a personal device makes that device subject to search and should litigation arise. Remember, your personal devices are not secure and public records should not be stored on them. I anticipate questions about this policy, one being, so we can't pose for pictures with people that ask for a picture anymore. I realize that when we pose for pictures with the public, it is good public relations gesture, and this policy is not prohibiting the continuation of that practice. These pictures frequently make their way onto social media and are good for our department's image. FMLA. I will now be moving on to the new FMLA policy. The purpose of this policy is to provide a guide on the appropriate use of long-term leave to care for serious illness in the individual's immediate family or with the individual. It will assist with determining when it is appropriate to apply for a paid family medical leave under Massachusetts law, which goes over and above the requirements of federal law under the Family Medical Leave Act. The scope of this policy is to keep the department's policies in line with the PFML law. Individuals will be allowed up to 12 weeks of paid family leave and 20 weeks of medical leave for the individual. The individual shall not be eligible for more than 26 weeks of family leave in a benefit year. Also, in accordance with Massachusetts law, said leave shall not prevent a covered individual from taking a medical leave during pregnancy or recovery from childbirth if supported by documentation by a healthcare provider that is immediately followed by family leave, in which case the 7-day waiting period for family leave shall not be required. This policy allows each individual to take 12 weeks of leave This policy allows each individual to take 12 weeks of leave to care for a sick family member, such as a spouse, child, or parent. Each individual is allowed 12 weeks of maternity/paternity leave. Appropriate documentation for leave will include the reason for the leave, including a letter from a medical professional verifying there is an illness or medical need. Verification is simply confirmation of the need for FMLA and does not require divulging specific medical problems. Documentation should also include an estimated return to work date. Again, questions are anticipated, such as, can I use FMLA for an adoption? Yes, adoptions are treated as the same as the birth of a child, and each individual is entitled to 12 weeks paid leave in the case of an adoption. The use of FMLA is not grounds for demotion nor penalty is not grounds for promotion or penalty and cannot be used against an individual during a promotional process. I want to conclude this presentation by acknowledging that more questions may arise, and I will gladly answer those questions. Please forward any questions to my department email, and I will have them answered in a timely manner. Finally, I want to assure everyone that these policies are intended to reduce the liability on the department, and if they are adhered to, it will help reduce the liability on each individual.